Hey guys, good afternoon. It is Wednesday. This is the 26th. You already got my Wednesday announcements this morning, but we have a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces early Friday morning, right after midnight here on the East Coast. It's about 11:18 a.m. Our time. And of course, we just went into Virgo season a few days ago. So we're full on swing, that earthy Virgo season. And Pisces is a water sign. So, as many of you know, my Pisces full moon blend is Bounty. If you do not have it, get your hands on it, message me for it, or come out to the Witches Market Saturday and Sunday in Harrington, Delaware at the fairgrounds to shop from me and all other really cool, just witchy stuff, right? Because it is the season. Virgo is the start of the fall. It's the ending of the summer, but we're all looking in the fall season, forward to the fall season. So let me sip on my water here a little bit, guys. Okay. This one is a doozy, not only because the energy is an eclipse and it's a full and total eclipse. So we're going to be feeling this very intensely, but we have a lot of problem children, and it is mostly due to the sun and the moon placements and Uranus. Uranus out there doing its thing, been there for a while. We're going to get to that in a minute. First of all, the body parts associated with this Pisces new moon are your feet, your toes, your endorphins, but also your melatonin regulation in your body. So be careful, be aware of these body parts, protect them. Also with the endorphin and the melatonin, sleep issues could be a problem where you're either going to want to sleep a lot or you're not going to feel like you're getting enough. You're not hardly going to be able to sleep at all. Again, that's a lot of full moons, but this one most intensely. We have 9 aspects to fire signs, 6 to air, 7 to earth, and 5 to water. The ascendant is in Aries, Sun is in Virgo, Moon is in Pisces, Mercury is in Virgo, Venus is in Libra, Mars is in Cancer, Jupiter is Leo, Uranus is Gemini, Saturn still retrograde in Aries, Neptune still retrograde in Aries, and Pluto still retrograde in Aquarius. So I mentioned our biggest problem, children, with this full moon, with this eclipse, are the sun, the moon, and Uranus. They are all in mutable signs right now. What are the mutable signs? We're talking about Virgo, we're talking about Gemini, and we are talking about Pisces. All mutable signs. Which normally, these signs want to go with the flow, but the harsh challenges between these planetary aspects, it's making it really difficult for many of us to do so. They all come at the endings pretty much. So this full moon is very much symbolizing endings. A lot of us, it's finalities, abrupt and harsh change. Whether it's expected or not, it's happening, right? We're already starting to feel that, like some celebrity deaths. And again, I mentioned Dolly, but then we heard about Tim Curry this morning. Just like maybe that wasn't so unexpected because he hasn't been doing it well health-wise. But Dolly, man, I really thought we had her for a good while yet. But bless them. So let's jump into it. All right. Sun in Virgo. So the sun in Virgo is really about order, systematic thinking, and work habits, but sometimes can lead to overthinking, being self-critical or critical of others. It's a possibility. But the analytical mind is really at work under Virgo sun, Virgo energy. So careers in planning, design, mathematics come to the forefront, okay? Now, of course, a full moon, the moon is always opposite the sun. It's always a balance and a challenge with this opposition, but especially as an eclipse. So concentration and sleep may be elusive, causing moodiness and irritability, especially with that Pisces moon, guys, really. Grounding, diffusing, just meditating can really kind of help quiet our minds and take advantage of some good rest under this full moon. Now it is conjunct Mercury, so this lends to an ease of communicating. Self-expression is highlighted. Quick thinking and acting may be required, all right? But now we have a hard challenge, that very first hard challenge, that Sun square Uranus. we're going to be feeling restless, a lot of us, agitated, behaving erratically. There's rebellious energy, and this is going to affect many. We want stability, but we're so tired of the status quo, right? We need to try to ground ourselves, get rest, meditate, and diffuse my bounty plan, like I said. Also, caution against, just don't sever needed connections at this time. This is a lot of endings going on, but if it's a needed connection, really, really use that Virgo analytics. Do we want to do that right now? Okay. Now, the moon is in Pisces, so again, this is definitely sensitive, perceptive, somewhat brooding and insecure energy with a Pisces new moon. So we want to pay attention to our dreams. Write them down, start a dream journal if you don't have one already, because we're definitely in tune to that at this time. Now, with the moon opposite Mercury, this is a challenging aspect, although it's not quite as harsh. It may have us struggling to communicate our feelings appropriately, or we're misreading others. For some, it might be on purpose. Like, some people might be intentionally misreading you or misunderstanding you, or you may not really want to know exactly where the other person is coming from at this time. That could be a possibility. Now, it is trine Mars, so with the moon trine Mars, finally we got a little positive here. Although it is minor positive, this can help with clear and direct communication and emotional expression. We want to strive to be assertive but kind. And if we're struggling with outside support, like maybe not feeling that we're getting it, or it's been withdrawn from us lately, we want to try to create that within our home, our comfort zones, our family, and our inner circle, okay? Moon is also square Uranus, again, problem children. Another major challenge here. This is really throwing our comfort zones out of whack. It's making us want to break free from emotional restrictions, traditional family roles, and yet we want to prevent ourselves from feeling exposed and vulnerable, right? So usually when we're in those more familiar patterns and relationships and areas, we feel okay to be vulnerable and open and soft and emotional and expressive, but we're wanting to get away from that. It's almost as if we want to kind of form a new entire group, family, again, that unorthodox family that we really, really like and want to belong to, but also we're struggling with our vulnerability at this time with that. So this is something we might need to work on a little bit. So now Mercury is in Virgo. So again, this is reinforcing that detailed analytical thought process and helps with problem solving, coming up with solutions for the whole group, work project, or household. But with Mercury square Uranus, another square with Uranus. This isn't as harsh as the first two, though, but this can have us thinking or moving too quickly for others to keep up. So it may cause disruptions, possibly confrontation from those opposed to our sometimes unorthodox thinking of the placement of Mercury in Virgo, okay? So Venus is in Libra. This is a great placement for Libra, as I mentioned before, except the only aspect to Venus is in opposition with Saturn. So romantic relationships may feel like work at this time, a chore, an obligation, or some way. Some of us may feel like we're giving too much of ourselves, okay? Venus in Libra loves balance, but Aries and Saturn doesn't mind taking without reciprocating. So just be aware of that, okay? Or we may not trust the support that is being given to us at this time, all right? Maybe it's a changing situation or new situation, and it seems like people are being supportive, but we're not really trusting it right now. Again, grounding practices, meditating, dream journaling, or just journaling in general can help us with that. Mars is in Cancer still. We talked about Mars in Cancer before. It is square Saturn. All these squares and oppositions, man, I tell you, it's a minor challenge. And it's basically related to finishing projects or chores or doing things halfway, okay? So caution against that. And it's not because of confusion, but it's kind of a lack of confidence or a frustration at certain roadblocks blocks and hurdles that are thrown our way. There will be a few with this, so just persevere, guys. Just keep going. Jupiter is in Leo, has been for a bit. This is that growth, expansion, and opportunity is definitely supported by the courageousness, enthusiasm, and energy of Leo in this placement. Thank you, Leo. We just, again, with that Leo energy, watch out for arrogance, right? Like, you're confident, you got energy, you're ready to do things. Don't, like, be too haha at other people at this time. Jupiter is trine Saturn, so reinforces our ability for growth within wisdom and reliable, steady effort. So timing and judgment is necessary to take care of. Sorry, tongue-tied again. Judgment is necessary to take advantage of any opportunity, and this placement provides it. Okay, so again, Saturn, disciplinarian, so we're a little bit more mature about how we're going about getting things done at this time, which is good. It's much needed. Uranus and Gemini, here we go. Problem child, not talking about, already talked about it. We know why. And again, I'm not going to go too much into the depth into these outer planets because they've just been out there doing their thing. They're still out there doing their thing. It's kind of with the inner planets, the aspects of the inner planets, and then we've already gone over most of that. I just have a little bit to wrap up here. So, it is tempered by that ongoing sextile to Neptune and trine to Pluto that we've discussed for a few months now. Neptune in Aries, which is still retrograde, is trine Pluto in Aquarius, which is still in retrograde. So again, these keywords are inner growth, collective healing, transformation. So the takeaway here, this eclipse is going to bring a feeling of finality for many of us. Something or things ending that have been a long time coming for some, or abruptly for others. So whatever it is, it will be final with this eclipse. And some of us already, again, we've started to feel that leading up to it. It might take a few more days or a week after an eclipse. Periods are intense and they last longer than regular full moons and new moons, guys. So definitely charge your crystals, especially if you are wanting this energy, if you're needing the change, if you're needing some of these lessons, charge your crystals. Do your grounding practices. Diffuse my bounty blend to truly help you reap the rewards of your hard work this summer season. And bounty, for those of you who have not smelled it, it is earthy, but there's a slight floral to it, but it brings peace. It brings calming. It really helps you get centered and remain focused. And so that is really, again, it might be a challenge during this full moon. Sleep, hydrate, meditate, do all the things to help you through this intense energy. And I will be doing my Friday morning regular announcement video early Friday morning after the eclipse. So I will probably be asking you, or I want some feedback on how you're feeling right after that, okay? Talk to you soon, guys. Let's be. Namaste.